today. He gave up 16 of the the quarterfinal, 8 today. What was the difference?
I mean, I'll start by saying, we have the best defensive unit in the country and we hold ourselves to a high standard. So our performance last game, we really wanted to do better and we prepared so hard this week. I mean, our defensive coach, Jen Ken, she pushes us every day and we really knew that we had to come out, show up and start hot. And that's exactly what we did. And I mean, all credit to them. They're all amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I just, we didn't have a great game on Sunday. But the greatest part about that is that that it won't happen next game. So they work really hard to fix the mistakes. And I think they just sort of played to our identity. And they were really excited because of how good Michigan is and how well coached they are, that we knew we had to be on our A game.
You mentioned Jen Cat, and I was sitting about 5 yards away from her. She never stopped yelling, ever. That intensity, obviously you guys needed it to close out the game. What does she bring to the table for you guys just as a whole? Because obviously you guys play with her intensity, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. I think Jen is an incredible leader. She has incredible experiences in her life. She knows how to lead young women. She knows the game very well, but also she's like the queen adjuster. And I think a lot of coaching is adjusting. And Jen has 3 or 4 plans for each potential scenario, and she's ready for it. And she gets the girls ready for it. Jen really is an extraordinary defensive coordinator.
Rachel, for you, you guys put up 12 in the first half, I think 11, one of those 2 numbers. What was working offensively early on?
I think, honestly, I know we only had 1 day of practice this week, but it started in practice. I think we just even from warmups, I knew it was going to be a good offensive game. I think we've just, over the course of the season, we've just started to connect so well. And every single person on our offense is such a threat. You can't focus on one person because the other is going to strike. So I think we're finally just using all our weapons and playing together. And it's so much fun. Everyone's awesome.
Is this what you envisioned when you came here?
It's more than I envisioned when I came here.
Just for all 3 of you now, you've done this, God knows how many times, 7 times in a row. Does this feel different, or is it sort of the same right now and it'll sort of hit you later on?
I've never been here.
Right, yeah. True.
No, it definitely feels different. The teams are different every year. The stories are different. The personalities are different. I think we just have to figure out top to bottom what we need to do better and differently from last year. Past success doesn't guarantee future success, and past failure doesn't guarantee future failure. So I think we're just going to stay focused on the next week and getting better. Figuring out how we can all be a little bit better and all dig a little bit deeper, because here we are again playing Syracuse. And we're going to try to be better so that we're a little different and unpredictable. And I know the girls will do just that. But yeah, it's different.
Shea, you were only a freshman last year. How different is this one?
I'd say there's a different feel. I mean, we have such a special group this year, and I think we're really cherishing each day we have to spend with each other. So knowing that we earned another day is something that we've focused on all playoffs, and that feeling's amazing. And now it's just going to get us even more fired up for what's to come.
And last one for me, you mentioned Syracuse. When you found out, or just thinking about that matchup in a Final Four, what comes to mind right away?
I'm fired up. I mean, we were there last year. We played them 2 times already this year, and they're a great team, but we're ready for the battle always.
I think just being a part of this team this year, and I haven't been on this team before, it's my first year, but I think each and every day, the farther we go, the harder the work gets. So every single day is earned, and it's really, honestly, it's unbelievable how much, no matter what we accomplish, there's always more we want. So I think it's just another matchup we're so excited for.
Hey, Coach, do you even have to watch the film on that?
Oh my God, we are going to not stop watching film. We will watch film starting in 2 hours. No, but every second matters, and we've got to figure out. I mean, I know Kayla, and I know Kayla's going to have those guys working hard. So we just hope that we work harder. But we can only control what we can control. I know these girls are hungry, and I think it's a special group with a special group of seniors. and the experiences that these guys have. You know, it's wild to think about what the senior class has done, and I know they'll lead the way they did today, and the way they have all season. And that's the trust that I have, and it makes me feel confident.
All right, Dan, Robert, Brian, we start with you guys.
Just one quick question about today. You know, Michigan's a very defensively oriented team, you know, the best scoring defense in the country. Do you think you guys did a good job of sort of imposing your game plan on them and sort of driving the play?
Yeah, I think I had 100% confidence in our game plan, and in practice against Scout, it was like, okay, this is gonna work. We knew exactly what we wanted to do, and I think from the first draw, we were executing.
Awesome.
Coach, as an identity, this team has always had kind of the number one scorer in the nation, the number one all-time scorer in program history over the last 7 years. How has the identity even shifted for you and into where it is right now? And how has it been important for you to continue rolling that with the players that you have?
You know, we've got 7 girls that can score, and I think that's a really dynamic offense, and it's tough for people to stop. But I think over the years, to your point, having, you know, these top scorers in the country, I think it has toughened and hardened our defense, which is why now I think we have the best defender in the country. Sid has been a leader on our defense for 4 years, starting with her, you know, her freshman campaign and what she did, starting with, you know, what she's done now and what she continues to do today. So I think, you know, having those high caliber scores all these years has only strengthened our offense. We're now more dynamic on offense, but also our defense. You know, having a leader like Sid, it's, you know, all of it is connected, all of it is tied together. And I do think that has made us a more complete team. So I'm grateful for all of that and all those past girls that, you know, put their thumbprint on the program, because I think that's, you know, why we are today.
Oh, and then just kind of building off of that, I know midfield always has to play both and obviously patrol the middle too. So within that role, you say the offense sharpens the defense. Just how have they been top to bottom been a big part of that?
The middies, is that what she said? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to talk about our middies, because our middies, we have the best midfielders in the country. We have traditional 4 two-way middies, which are a dying breed. It is the thing that I'm most proud of, because those girls grind. They are on the field doing incredible things, scoring goals, winning the draw, then having matchups and doing it over the course of the season. And they've been doing it over the course of their career. No one else has it. You know, I think the 2 groups, you know, we've got Orion Smith, who's so gritty. We've got an Andrea Reynolds, who changes the game on the draw. We have Cass and Bell, who've been playing every minute of every game their whole life. I think our two-way middies really give us some depth and really make us a little bit more of a dynamic unit, but I'm so proud of them. I don't think they get the credit they deserve. When you really look closely and you follow our team, our midfielders are the stabilizers, and I'm just so proud of them. I wish they would get more credit. But yeah, it's like where my heart is, two-way middies.
Coach, as a follow-up to that, I don't have the stats, but it felt like Andrea Reynolds had a ton of huge draw controls, and every time that ball was kind of on the ground a little bit, she would come up with it and get it down into the attack zone.
Yeah.
You know, any thoughts in terms of Andrea's contribution to the team this year and today on the draw?
Yeah.
I literally have written on my hand what Dre said, because in practice and like every single day, for me, she's like, her and Cassidy Weeks are the most inspiring people on the field. Belle Smith, all our middies again. But I think no one outworks Dre, and she is just the hardest worker. Every single ground ball, all she wants to do is win. Pumping everyone up. She is such an impactful heartbeat for our team. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Coach, I just gotta ask one more on your midfielders, because what kind of insane shape is that? The two-way, like how many miles do you think they run in a given game if you're playing 2 ways? I mean, that's some serious running.
Yeah, I think it's close to 10, and that's like not even half their job running, like, because we expect them to score, we expect them to have ground balls, we expect them to cause turnovers, we expect them to have matchups. And then we hold them to a really high standard. If they can't meet the standard, they can't be out there, and they consistently meet the standard, and it creates this tie between the units. It's really, I think, impactful. It's not so PC. They really connect everybody. And I mean, their job is incredibly difficult, and we are incredibly hard on them, but they are really, I think, like the glue of the team, and brilliant lacrosse players, really good leaders, and are constantly giving to other people. And it's really unbelievable what our midfielders have done for us.